llefydd gwag yn eich gweithlu?
I'm Felicity, I'm from Australia and I'm a social worker. If you need someone like me to come and work in the UK, let Skills for Care and Development know. Just give them a call.
Pwrpas y ffilm yma yw gofyn I chi ymwybodaeth. Mae sgiliau gofal a datblygu eisiau gwybod pa broblemau sy'n wynebu cyflogwyr wrth iddyn nhw bednodi staff. Does ots ydych chi'n reolwr cartref gofal, yn gyfarwyddwr mewn awduron lleol, neu'n aelod o fwrdd proffesiynol, hoffem glywed gennych.
We can't get the workforce that we need to deliver the service in this country. If we could, then of course that's what we would want to do.
We have newly qualified social workers. We do not have the people who have the experience that we need.
If you have not got the staff in situ, you are breaking the law, you're putting people at risk. There's a massive safeguarding issue.
There's a sense of enormous frustration amongst managers. Occasionally it verges on desperation.
As a manager, I used to go home and be back within the service within half an hour because you can't leave it. It's too big a risk.
You have a very short time in a child's life to intervene and to make a radical difference, to get them into a different place. If you haven't got the workers, you can't do the job.
We have within the nation an ageing population, and the demographics clearly indicate that we're going to need a greater workforce.
Gadewch I ni wybod am y llefydd gwag yn eich gweithlu.
I am Okpara. I'm from Nigeria and I'm a care worker. If you need someone like me to come and work in the UK, there's Skills for Care and Development. Just give them a call.
Un o'r llwybrau sy'n agored I gyflogwyr yw cael gweithwyr o wledydd tramor.
The research that we've done showed that employers highly value a lot of attributes that migrant workers bring to the care sector. They are very hardworking and also they appreciate their pay.
Good workers are invaluable. It doesn't matter where they come from, and the people we care for need the best people working for them.
There is no debate to be had. There are no queues for the jobs that our migrant workers are taking up.
Felly beth yw rôl sgiliau gofal a datblygu yn hyn? Ni yw'r llais awdurdodol ar gyfer cyflogwyr yn y meysydd gofal cymdeithasol, plant, blynyddoedd cynnar a phobl ifanc. Os ydych yn gweithio yn y sector gofal, fe wyddwch mor anodd yw dod o hyd i'r staff cywir, ac fe hoffwn I chi esbonio hynny I ni. Oherwydd mae'r Pwyllgor Cynghori ar Enfido wedi gofyn I ni ei helpu I wneud adolygiad mawr o'r restr swyddogol o Bryndir Galwedigaethol. Fe fydd sgiliau gofal a datblygu yn casglu eich cyfrannau I gyd a cyflwyno'r tystiolaeth ar eich cyfer.
The Migration Advisory Committee is an independent committee which analyses immigration and it makes recommendations to the government, so far which have all been accepted, and the particular area where we've focused is on which occupations should be on the shortage list, because that permits employers to bring the labour in more easily than they otherwise would be able to do.
I think in my current social workforce, we probably have between 15 and 20% who have been recruited from abroad.
The Migration Advisory Committee is completely neutral on immigration in terms of being for it or against it, especially to do with the shortage occupation list. Our job is to say, is an occupation in shortage or not?
I want to keep people if they're good at what they do, and if they've got the potential to get better, and if they're really making a difference in terms of children and families' lives.
The sector needs to come together. The data needs to be sent to us, and people really do need to be telling us exactly what their problems are. It's one of the most important factors for us to get that evidence together and go back to the advisory committee.
We've got no prior belief whether the review should cut the numbers on the number of occupations on the list or increase them. That will be determined by the evidence.
Generally, there is an assumption that children of family social workers or social workers who undertake child protection work, there is carte blanche to be able to recruit them from outside the UK, from outside the European community. I think most people don't realise there is any possibility that that could change.
It's important that employers understand that it's in their own interest to interact with the Migration Advisory Committee. I mean, we have put senior care workers on the list, and indeed we've made it somewhat easier for them to come in the last review. We've also put social workers dealing with children on the list, and that's because the employers have interacted with us. And I would urge them to get in touch directly with us or through Skills for Care and Development.
Ydych chi neu chael hi'n anodd recrwtio gweithwyr?
I'm Kate and I'm from South Africa and I'm a social worker. If you need someone like me to come and work in the UK, act now. Let Skills for Care and Development know.
The more strong evidence that we can get in, the more seriously we can take the sector as a whole.
If we close the door, we will be in a very critical position in supplying a much-needed service for millions of people in the UK.
If we lose the ability to recruit from abroad, we will be in difficulty. We will not be able to undertake child protection work, and as a consequence, there is a risk to the most vulnerable families that we work with.
Everybody has an equal partnership in this, because if we want to deliver that world-class service, we have to make sure that we have the tools to do it. And the workforce is the greatest asset that we have.
Beth sydd ei angen arnoch? Gadewch i ni wybod.
I'm Elizabeth. I'm from Sierra Leone and I'm a care worker. If you need someone like me to work in UK, just let Skills for Care and Development know. Write them a letter.
I ddweud eich barn, cysylltwch â sgiliau gofal a datblygu ar 0113 390 7666. Neu cliciwch ar opsiynau'r dywysolen fydd yn ddangos yn awr mwyn canfod mwy.